Are you lazy? If you're like me, I'm going to bet that you're lazy in the most spectacular of ways, right? And I want to talk to you today about why you're lazy, what you can do about it, how you can be more productive, how you can get your spouse or partner off your ass because you are lazy. One of the side effects of this conversation. But listen, before we do, I want to encourage you, if you're enjoying our videos, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll be the first to get our new video content that comes out literally weekly, sometimes many times a week. So if you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe, and please also make a comment. If you like what we're saying, say something. If you don't like what we're saying, say something. We're very open to dialogue and discussion. Also, I've had some people ask if they can share these videos. Of course you can share these videos. Please share these videos. It's only going to help spread the news of how we can all grow together at this time in human history, right? So, you're lazy. Get over it. That's who you are. That's the truth about all human beings. But understand, lazy is often considered a bad four-letter word. And I want to encourage you to shift your thinking around that. Basically, laziness is something that's pre-wired into your genetics, into all of the people in the animal species, right? And as humans, we're just, part of that mammalian animal species. So again, this is a hardwired thing that's a central tenet of all biology, which is survival of the species. That's the central tenet of all biological systems. And the secondary tenet to that is to conserve energy, right? Now think about this evolutionarily speaking, right? We needed to conserve energy so that if we got into a fight or flight moment, we had the energy reserves to either take off really fast or to run really far or to fight really hard or whatever. If we didn't have energy reserves, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and otherwise, we're going to get eaten by the saber-toothed tiger. We're not going to be able to create a moment of survival of the species. So understand that laziness is pre-wired. It's part of your biological destiny, and that's okay. All right. So first, give yourself a little bit of slack, a little pat in the back for being lazy. You're part of the human species. I'm lazy. You're lazy. It's there. But where does this laziness start to come in? Where does it actually start to become a problem? Because I don't just want to leave you with the thought that it's okay to just be lazy and not ever do anything, because our offering or our contention here is that you have something inside of you that wants to be shared. You have gifts that could be turned into products or services to help your other brothers and sisters on the planet, including me, with things. I have very specific niches that I'm quite good at, and I have a lot of things I'm not good at. I contend that if I'm doing things that are in somebody else's lane, I'm not going to do it as well, because I'm not going to be near as excited or inspired by it. I'm probably not going to have the same skill sets. And quite frankly, I'm being a selfish bugger by doing that, because I'm literally robbing somebody else of the potential to share their greatness within you. Okay? So let's be clear. Staying in your lane is really important. Being lazy about things that aren't in your lane are okay. Where we get into mischief with our significant others and with our business partners and so on is where we're crossing over those two lanes, and we're bridging the two things together, and we're not fulfilling our destiny. We're not doing the best we can with what we've got to do. Okay, so how do we basically, fight, if you will, this inborn tendency, this DNA programming towards laziness and the conservation of energy? Well, here's my suggestion to you. If you want to be inspired from the inside out, not motivated, because motivated from the outside in, I find, has very limited bandwidth. It has very little resilience. It has very little ability to stay and keep you moving forward for the long term. It's kind of the carrot and stick thing, right? Get beaten if you don't do it, run towards this if you do. That's an outside source. Inspiration is something that comes from the inside. It's something that says, literally, it's if you go back to the root of the word that I've studied, it comes from enthos, which is in spirit, from within. It's something that excites you from inside. So if you're someone that's taken the time to do a core values analysis, okay, which not everybody has, and we've got other videos around that. So please go check out our videos on how to determine your core values analysis, and also to do a linking to your core values, which I'm going to briefly describe now. But I do have another solution for you if you do not know your core values, and it's equally as powerful. If you do know your core values, then you need to link and build in your mind how you fulfilling on this thing that is in fact part of your lane, that is part of your inspiration, that is part of you fulfilling on your values, how fulfilling on that, finishing it to completion, or doing your part of it in a project in a bigger picture with your team is actually going to serve you. It's going to serve your values, the things that are the most important to you. Because if you don't link that and build a neural network inside, literally, we're talking about neural plasticity here, neural systems that will help you go in and fulfill and massively increase the probability that you're going to fulfill on that. All right? So that's my first recommendation. Now, if you haven't invested the time to do a core values analysis, that's okay. You can then very simply just take a simple sheet of paper and say, draw it in half and go, fulfilling on this thing that you want to do, this task you want to complete, this goal you want to hit. It's just literally in half. One side is fulfilling on it and the other one is not doing it. And really all you're going to do is write like a pro-con list, right? So what you want to do is say, these are the negatives to my life, to my business partners, to my spouse for not following through and completing this task, okay? And on the other side, you're going to be listing all of the positives, all of the benefits that you're going to get out of this. Your spouse is going to get out of it, your business partners, your team, whatever it is that is outside of you that is going to get benefits as well as you individually. So it's a self and other binomial, okay? I would encourage you to list at least 10 negatives and at least to doing the task and at least 10 positives. Now you get on a bit of a roll, I would encourage you to expand upon that and maybe even get out into the 20, 25, 30. More can't hurt, because what you're doing is you're stacking the benefits in your mind, you're detracting from the negatives, and you're massively stacking the deck that you're going to actually fulfill and do what it is you're going to do. So that's my suggestion for how to overcome that biological programming that's within all of us called laziness. And it is something that I've had tremendous success as a professional coach consulting, helping people move forward on. And I can tell you this, it's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the more that process of listing positive, negatives, or linking to your core values just becomes a second nature, and the more velocity and efficiency with which you'll be able to fulfill on the things that are truly meaningful to you. Now, if you're not clear whether this thing is meaningful to you and whether it's actually going to support things that are in your lane and are part of your inspiration, part of your purpose here on the planet, that's a related but slightly different conversation. I'm making the presumption that you've already crossed that barrier and you're already in that space, all right? If not, we've got a lot of videos in there to help you figure out your why, your purpose, and what that's all about. So again, enjoy understanding how to overcome laziness and become more productive. Dr. Tom signing off. Again, I'm going to encourage you to share this video if you enjoyed it. Lots of people would benefit from it. I would also encourage you to subscribe to our channel so that you can get these videos in the most timely and efficient way possible. Enjoy your day.